From Mac McClung bringing out the delayed 360 to a father-son combo of the Kenyon Martins that ended in a reverse slam, here are the greatest dunks from the 2023 Slam Dunk Contest. Starting off with Jericho Sims' arm inside the hoop dunk.
Just something that's taking time to get better at, going up without fouling them.
And it was definitely fantastic. Sims has built a reputation for being one of the most athletic dunkers in the NBA. This is why it was hardly a surprise when Sims got invited to the dunk contest, and he pretty much nailed it. I would argue, in fact, that he didn't deserve the poor response from the fans for his 2 dunks. That 50-point bit was pretty fun if you ask me. And also, not to mention, 2 dunks with arms in the hoop are definitely special. Jericho's got a big future, and I love the energy he brought to the dunk contest. But I'll also say that Sims was judged fairly on those dunks. Maybe in another year, it would have been enough to get him that full score and make it to the final. However, unfortunately for him, and fortunately for everyone in the audience, in particular, this year's Slam Dunk Contest had a lot more on the table and was absolutely fantastic, which is why Mac McClung's delayed 360 definitely edges Sims' dunk.
Most definitely. No, I don't know. I'll probably just invest it and, stay solid, not go crazy with anything.
And it wasn't even McClung's best dunk. How was this fella not picked by any franchise? But never mind, the Sixers benefited big time from it. All of his dunks on the night were out of this world, and it's hardly a wonder that 4 of them make my list here today. This one, though, was just so beautiful I can't lie, and yet it's the first one on the list. This was Mac's second dunk of the preliminaries, and almost everyone immediately knew that we were in for something truly special. What looks like a very normal 360 dunk just isn't one. The newer fans may not have picked it up on first look, but allow me to explain. The extremely subtle twist, though, added by McClung was genuinely amazing. Instead of spinning before jumping in the air, McClung decides to take it up a notch and actually pauses midair with his back to the rim, and then completes the dunk in a violent fashion, and I was sold. This could have been the final dunk, and I still would have given it full marks. Somehow, the judges only saw it fit to give it 49, which is a shame, truly. But for sentimental value alone, I rate Kenyon Martin's father-son combo slightly higher than McClung's.
Trey on like his pull-up 3, so fighting over the screen, get it back in front, getting a hand up, and obviously finish the play with the rebound.
The Houston Rockets have a lot of young and budding talent in their ranks, and Kenyon Martin Jr. is definitely among those names, which isn't a surprise considering he comes from a family full of talent. The slightly older generation probably remembers how big a star Kenyon Martin Sr. was, right? The younger Martin, though, had a couple of really good dunks on the night, but the one that really stood out for me was the one where he got some support from good old Pop, who was on hand to throw a pass to his son, and Martin grabbed the pass while reverse slamming the ball in. It was pure epicness. Unfortunately for Martin, though, both his exciting dunks took a couple of attempts, and that ruled him out of the finals. But someone who didn't miss the finals was Trey Murphy III, and he was on hand to deliver one of the best plays of the night. I can't quite term it the best dunk because there were 2, but he deserves to be on the list. Why? Well, sheer arrogance and the fact that it didn't quite cross the line. A bit of arrogance is always welcome, isn't it? I'd say so, especially when you earn it. Murphy, before dunking, asked the fans which dunk style they preferred, and also asked the contest judges. Then he decided to produce a combination of both. Again, I'd go out on a limb and say that this would have been enough to win him many slam dunk contests, but it wasn't enough on the night, and that's fair too, because Mr. McClung stole the show.
It's great, man. I'm truly blessed and grateful for the NBA to give me this opportunity. I think the biggest thing is manifestation. I don't get surprised by things like this, but I'm very appreciative.
Particularly against this dunk, and many other ones as well. That's the biggest reason all of the remaining top 3 dunks were from Philly's developmental league affiliate, kicking things off with McClung's 3rd best and overall 3rd best dunk of the night, the one over 2 people with a backboard tap. Honestly, I can't wait to see him in action selection for the 76ers in the NBA. I hope it happens soon. McClung throwing it down will be magnificent to watch, and he's already established his reputation as someone who grabs onto an opportunity when he gets one. Now, you may have seen this, and you might wonder if there really was anything special in this dunk. Well, an instant replay should definitely confirm just how brilliant it was. Again, it may seem like a common trick in the book, but please don't forget, McClung's only 6'2", with a wingspan of 6'2" as well. These are very small measurements compared to the rest of the NBA, and for many other players, it would be a limitation to what they can and cannot do on the court. Not McClung though. He uses his insane vertical coordination to make it happen, and the way he throws it down, trust me, he's making it look a lot easier than it is.
Like it's a competition between everybody, and I love that. Like that's what it's always like really got me up in the morning. So it's a beautiful, unforgiving process to win, man.
And somehow, he was only getting started with this one. This is why my personal favorite comes in next. The delayed double pump reverse dunk. I mean, what even was that? The other two dunks on the list at least appeared subtle on first look, right? This one wasn't subtle by any stretch of the imagination. It was fantastic. No, your eyes won't deceive you when you see them. It's just athleticism at its very best. And seeing as we won't be getting any Ja Morant highlights from the slam dunk contest, this appears to be the closest anyone's getting to achieving that kind of brilliance. I don't know how to explain this dunk though. It's sort of a double clutch in the air, done extremely fast right at the apex of his jump. And as soon as he grabs the ball, McClung finds another burst in him, allowing him to pump the ball as he punches it in. The coordination was so satisfying to see, and yet for many, it wasn't even Mac's best dunk of the night. Probably not for McClung either, as he saved the best for last. Yup, I'm talking about the 540 dunk. Are you kidding me, McClung? You know, when analysts later remarked that this performance from Mac saved the NBA's dunk contest? Well, they were specifically talking about this dunk. It made for one of the best ever ends to a slam dunk contest, and like a true entertainer, McClung knew exactly what he was doing.
I don't know, it kind of feels, ever since the beginning, I was the underdog, even when I was younger, but yeah, just like I was saying, kind of just proving yourself right and not others wrong is kind of more, it brings a little more satisfaction, so I just kind of look at it that way.
He was saving the best for last, and boy was it something truly spectacular. He basically would have thought to himself, and for my final trick, as he dusted off his high school jersey. Yep, the same one which made him go viral those years ago. And then he rose up in the air to produce the most emphatic 540 dunk you'll ever see, which is basically a 360, but with a half spin right after that. It's not easy to do, trust me. As soon as he was done, McClung produced the Vince Carter "It's Over" celebration. Now, he's not the first player to do it since Carter, and that's why I liked McClung's celebration so much, because it truly ended the slam dunk contest. That's all I had for you on the greatest dunks from the 2023 NBA All-Star Slam Dunk Contest.